they want to, marry or be with a foreigner to get their papers to go back to the States.
Wow.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that does not happen here.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like that happens anywhere.
yeah.
In the States, you know how many offers I got from Nigerian women who wanted to marry me and to get them over here? Yo, I have
Everywhere.
African friends that their family married each other. Like a brother married a sister just
Wow.
to get her over here. Like, so it's not just
Yeah,
here.
I think money is just universal. It's the universal.
Yeah. Young Guan, 7'9", Eugene, ain't nothing harder, Vernon. It's a Dougie beat too. Yeah. Let's get it. Feeling how I feel. Yeah. You gotta take advantage now, that might not happen twice. Yeah. Take advantage now, cause bitches fuck who got the light. Come on. Gotta take advantage now, dogging up your price. Yeah. Cause they want 50 for a 30 and the green been light lately. I've been super tight lately. Still blowing. Trying to do shit right lately. Trying to move in nice space that I've been. Damn, I'm still going. You gotta take advantage now, cause if you don't, if you still waste a lot of.
I'm hearing my man Marlon.
Definitely, man. We're here. We're honored to be here, and just even honored to be with you, my man. So we're great.
Exactly, man. And you're a credit repair GOAT in your own right. So just really quick, man, just for the people who don't know you, just tell a little bit who you are, where you're from, stuff like that.
Definitely. I'm Marlon. I'm from the R. So, I've been in the States. I went to the States about 10 years ago. No English, no nothing. So I was there. And then I started working, went to school, met, which now is my wife. And yeah, man. So after that, I just being, then I just started like working regular jobs.
Right.
Regular jobs, just like a regular Latino when you hit the States. Then in about 2017, 2018, that's when I got introduced to credit repair, right? I saw a big opportunity, especially for where I'm from, for the Latinos, because when we go there, one of the things that we encounter is the not only the language and the weather, but also the system itself, especially when it comes to the financial system. It's way different from here in the R. So yeah, man. So I started learning, just soaking it in, like absorbing all that knowledge and credit. And then what I did, I saw the opportunity, like I say, my community. So what I did, I just basically bring that information, bring that knowledge to the Latino community, man. And since then, man, the rest is history. We're here.
Nice, man. And just to let people know, where I'm at right now, I am currently in the Dominican Republic. I've been living here about a year now, and bro, this has been one of the best experiences of my life. And that's what I kind of wanted to make this pilot episode about my experiences being from America, living abroad in Dominican Republic, but I also wanted you to talk about your perspective of being a Dominican who relocated to the States. Because it's kind of like we did like a country swap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, man. Like I was saying before, like so many like things you face, right? I would say challenges when you're coming from a Spanish-speaking country, not only the language, but also the economy, right? This is considered to be a third world country, right?
But what does that even mean? Like, I feel like we just got so used to hearing third world country. Because my opinion, bro, I've been to some third world countries where like someone has to walk a mile just to get their water that they need to bathe with for the day. So I think I cut you off. I think DR is more of a second world country because you can still get a lot of the same comforts in the States that you can get here. And I feel like that's like a big misconception that people have. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's true. Like like I told you, I've been here for. I mean, I was in the States already in the States for about 10 years. So now coming back, I noticed like a huge increase in just like development, right? When it comes to the country, and that's why I agree with you in that sense. Some of that when you say that it's not like as much as a third world country, many compared to other countries. Because yeah, I seen some developments now when it comes to like the basic needs, so like water, even like when I was living here, man, even just to throw the trash, it was hard. Like sometimes you just gotta walk like half a mile just to throw the trash.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So things like that, like basic needs, basic things that you do in a daily routine, it was hard to do. So now I noticed that the latest time that I've been here in the U.S., I mean here in the NDR, I noticed that it's more like I say, access to the basic needs like water, food, and also even like in the digital space, like more access to Wi-Fi. Bro, before, like, it was even tough to just make a call. Like, it was like people sometimes don't even have like the money to put like minutes in their phones to call.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely see more development in that area. So I think it's just like you say, it's just like a word that everybody get used to it.
Right,
Third world country, third world country, and they haven't maybe really measured that. Right? Because where is the backup for you to consider what is called like a third world country? But
exactly.
Yeah.
I just feel like people like to use America as like the standard of what a first world country should be.
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy, bro? America is not number one in education. America is not number one in healthcare. We're not number one in safest countries. So if you really think about it, America in some ways can be considered a second and third world country. You just had a bunch of people storm the Capitol when Trump didn't want to get out of office. Has that ever happened here? Like people like storm to try to get like a president out of office down here. Has that ever happened?
Well, yeah, it happened before.
Really?
Well, in history.
Well, I'm talking about like in your lifetime, like in modern time.
More like me like living in this country now. No, not that I've seen.
And they stormed the Capitol like this was like what 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that. So like I said, like. I feel like there's pros and cons of both countries, and that's why I like to talk about because I don't feel like any country is 100% better than another country because I can find good and bad things about any country, right? For example, in the States, I've been arrested multiple times for stuff I didn't do, for stuff that I did that was very small, versus down here, and not to say Dior is corrupt or anything, the cops don't get paid to the point where they're going to invest so much energy in getting their arrest records up. They're more just want to keep the peace, but if they do catch you, toss them a little something. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly, I wish it could be that easy in the States. Wow.
Oh, yeah?
You pull me over, and instead of me losing my driver's license, instead of me getting my car taken and all that, I could just give you $5-10 and you're going to leave me alone? Sign me up for that country.
You like the easy way. But what has been because you say you're living here now, you're living here in DR, right? Yeah. What has been the biggest, I would say, challenges moving from the States? Because man, like
not
speaking Spanish. I don't really see a lot of people doing that. Going from the States to
Mi español es muy malo.
Muy malo tu español.
Yeah, mi español like what I want people to understand is if I can even get to the level of Spanish that I'm at, if you're even a little bit younger than me or you had some experience in Spanish, I feel like you could definitely learn it. It really depends on what part of the island you're in. Like in Sosua, Cabarete, some parts of Puerto Plata is a lot more English speakers. But then being in the capital, even in Punta Cana has like the real touristy areas have English speakers because they're used to seeing Americans. So I would say not speaking the language, but guess what? America is one of the only countries where majority of the citizens, natural born citizens, only speak one language. If you go to the Philippines, you go to Africa, you go to Europe, the average person speaks 2 to 3 languages.
Wow.
That's why you see a lot of Europeans, they'll come here, they'll be from Italy and Germany, and they'll speak Germany and Italian, but they'll also speak Spanish. Like, that's one thing that blew my mind down here, how many Europeans knew Spanish easily on top of their own natural language. And, Italian is kind of similar to Spanish, but Germany and Russians speaking it'd be blowing my mind. But I would say that's a challenge, and I will probably say another thing is, oh my God, what's up with the hot water down here, bro?
Oh, the hot water?
So one thing I say about DR, you're not guaranteed hot water depending on where you're at. Because some like the apartment we just saw the other day.
Yeah.
Like
No hot
you
water.
showed me an amazing apartment. Everything was amazing about it. This was penthouse, marble floors, glass everywhere. But no hot water. So is taking cold showers normal here?
Because, well, you know, it's an island, the weather. So I don't. Well, I can speak from my perspective, my time living here, and to be honest, if you wanted hot water back then, like when I used to live here, you better put a pot, put some water in there, and put a stove on. You know what I mean? That's how you warm it up like that. There was no such thing. That you see, that's what I was one of the things that I was telling you. Like even that, like I would notice hot water now in apartments. I was like, man, like that's nice. Like I didn't even know that was a thing now in the yard because you know the hot weather, like taking those like warm like showers or like cold water showers. It wasn't like that bad like in the States, especially where we live. You know, you're from PA, I'm from Mass. Like there's
Yeah, that cold showers they hit different.
Oh my god, way different. So yeah, I think that's one of the main things why people don't really like maybe emphasize the hot water too much because of the weather.
So what do you think? So my biggest challenge was my language barrier here. Do you feel like your language barrier in the States held you back? Because I feel like there's a lot of bilingual people. Like it's not hard to find someone that speaks Spanish because there's a lot of Latinos in the States.
Yeah.
So do you feel like?
I would tell you this. I think depends on where you live in the States, right?
Okay.
Because my first job in the States, where I remember never forget, was a supermarket, and the location is there's a town called Tewksbury, Massachusetts. So it's mostly like white people in that town, just Americans in general.
Right,
So I was only like the only Latino in that supermarket.
Wow.
Imagine a Latino Dominican guy just got into the country, not English. So I was supposed to be like.
Did anyone ever
working in the
accuse you
front.
of being an illegal Mexican or anything like that? Have you ever like got that stigma?
Well, like I
That's
would
usually
say,
what Americans think. When you see a Spanish person, they don't speak English. It's like, oh my God.
They kind of want to, kind of like treat you different. To be honest, I don't think in that job I did what I was supposed to be doing, which is supposed to be in the front, bagging, like maybe like helping people. The manager, since he knew I didn't really speak the language, he made me like clean the bathroom even 3 times a day, bro. 3 times, and I'm telling you, I wasn't even working 8 hours. It was like a part-time, like 5 to 6 hours. But he didn't want me, like he didn't tell me that, but I knew like he didn't want me to like be in the front to interact with people. So because he knew what he knew I didn't know the language. So things like that you can face when you don't know the language. But yeah, the language is a big challenge. But for you coming to here, because obviously you already knew this is a Spanish-speaking country, so it was like something that you expected that you
Right.
you didn't know the language.
Right.
But what other big challenges you be like compared to like what people say, right? Because maybe you already had like a mind towards
Right.
the art, but when you came here, what is some of the things that you say? But it's not like people say.
Oh, one of the biggest misconceptions, and you're gonna laugh. I know you're gonna laugh. When I came here, people swore that the only reason why black men, I can show you an Instagram post of someone just put this on my page. One of the biggest misconceptions is that all the women here, they want to, marry or be with a foreigner to get their papers to go back to the States.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying that does not happen here.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens anywhere. In the States, you know how many offers I got from Nigerian women who wanted to marry me and to get them over here? Yo, I have
Everywhere.
African friends that their family married each other. Like a brother married a sister just to get her over here. Like, so it's not just here.
I think money is just universal. It's the universal language. Everybody's after it.
Exactly. So I would say that the women here, right? You do have the areas and the pockets where you do have the women that are like that. But guess what? I could take you to Philadelphia where drugs are real heavy. You can easily find a smoker or a drug addict that will do something to you for $5, $10, $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just feel like, how can I put it? I feel like it's such an ignorant, rude statement and mindset for people to have to think that, wow, y'all think DR is a big sex island and people just come here for that. Clearly, you've never been to Amsterdam where prostitution is legal. I'm in Amsterdam, bro.
Wow.
If you're walking down the street, how we walk down the street, there will be windows of women dancing in them and stuff like that. And guess what? Prostitution is so legal in Amsterdam that the girls pay taxes on it.
Jeez.
There's a set rate. There's a set, like, you see kids running through the street, and I'm like, so they're going to put this on DR when this is actually legal here. They have a legal, it's called a red light district.
Wow.
A red light district
and
means
is the whole country like that? Or
the
just
whole
like
country.
a part of the country?
The whole. Oh, it's in the Netherlands. It's in the Netherlands. But Amsterdam, bro, listen, you could literally get off of the airport in Amsterdam, go to like that first like downtown inner city part, and you will see all the prostitutes in the windows and stuff like that. Wow. So I feel like a lot of, especially women, when they hear men go to DR, they think it's like that. And I'm like, no, I could take you somewhere where it's legal, no one cares, whatever. Down here, the women are still somewhat conservative. They don't, if they do engage in it, they don't want their families to know, stuff like that. But bro, the amount of women that do that as far as a percentage is so small. Bro, you've been around with me. How many times have I approached a Dominican woman here, and the minute they noticed I didn't speak Spanish, they didn't even want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want women to understand. Dominican women have standards. There are some Dominican women that are so traditional. The minute they hear an accent that you're American, nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I can't bring him home to my family. They gonna look at me weird. Yo, it's so taboo down here to be with they call us gringos or foreigners or whatever. If you're walking down if they notice that a Dominican girl is walking down the street with me and they can clearly tell that I'm American, they're gonna assume that she's a prostitute. So that's why sometimes Dominican women don't even want to be seen with a foreigner because they don't want that stigma. Because it's like he don't even speak Spanish. What do y'all have to talk about? So that was one thing I definitely want to clear up. And then also too, if I'm being real with you, I paid more women in the States for fun and activities than I ever did here. Because sometimes you gotta look at it like it's like I'm a celebrity here. Like a lot of these girls, women, never been to the States. Some of them never even interacted with an American. Depending on where you're at in Dominican Republic, some of them never even interacted with an American, let alone a black American. So I feel like a lot of the interest that Dominican women have in American men is just the fact that like, wow, is it like what I seen on YouTube? It's like when I seen on TV. You know, they think about it. Our culture, like black American culture, we're the most exported culture around the world. Rap music is the number one. So it's just the influence that people are attracted to. And then, like you said, money corrupts anybody.
Yeah.
You think if I won $100 million right now, and I'm on TV, you think that every girl in my city wouldn't be in my DMs?
Yeah, it's true. It's a universal language. Everybody wants it, so.
So I think that's one misconception. I'm telling you, if you think you
big time,
fellas, if you think you can just fly down here, see a beautiful Dominican woman, walk up to her and say, I got $50 for you, let's go. Watch. Let's see how long you last down here. Let's see how long you last down here.
Definitely some people have. That's a big one. That's a big.
So I wanted to talk about that. Now, what differences have you noticed in the women? Because I feel like, bro, you're so desensitized to Caribbean beauty. Like, when we be together, I mean, you're married. Of course, you're married, of course. Yeah. He's a married man. But, like, you don't even glance, stuff like that. And I just be like, because it's like the women here are just so, like, voluptuous and curvy. Like, they'll have, like, real small waist. It's like an African woman's body with a Latina woman's face.
And you know the reason why, because Africans were here. So we are a mix. Dominicans are a mix of Africans and Spain, right? How you call the people from Spain? You say Spaniards, whatever. So that's what we are. So you're gonna have that Dominicans, they have the nice body, right? And also you're gonna have those like skinny ones, light skin and beautiful too. Like their face, you know what I mean? They're gonna look good. So you're gonna have both of that because of how we were colonized.
So the fact that you're so used to it, you see big booties all the time, long hair, it's just so normal to you. How was it like going from that and then going to the States? Do you feel like the beauty, did you feel like, all right, like the women over here, they're beautiful just in a different way, or you feel like, no, this is just like back at home? How did you feel when you came over?
I would tell you that I think there has been a growth. I know it might sound funny, but it's true. It has been a growth on the women, which now has like those big bodies, big everything, because of like, the surgeries and all of that. Like when I used to live here, obviously, when I used to live here, obviously there was, Dominican women looking like that, but it was more natural. So it was more natural. So now I started seeing those Latinas, but in the States doing it. So now that I'm in DR, also people are here doing it. So I seen definitely more of that. Basically what I'm trying to say is like I saw more of that in the States than here when I used to live here. Because remember, I used to live here. I'm telling you, I used to live here, bro. Like I've been 11 years in the States. So 11 years, a lot that can change. You know what I mean? It's a lot of changes. So yeah,
and I feel like a lot of the Dominican girls, they follow after what's popular in the States.
Yes,
I feel like as getting your
that's
body
exactly
done
what
got more popular in the States, more Dominican. I'm telling you, like, this is another thing I want to tell women, like, because this is another thing, not women, but just black people in general. Yes, you do have some Dominicans. I'm not black. I'm not this, that, and the third. You just heard him say he knows his ancestors come from Africa.
Yeah.
But what people, I feel like black people in the States don't understand is that Dominican Republic history and American history are two different things. See,
yes,
the term black was created in the States. That term to describe a person being black, it was never done before the States, because at one point, the first Africans that came over to America, they didn't come over as slaves. Big misconception.
Got you.
They came over as indentured servants. They wanted to earn their way into the New World. Same way with the Irish people, Irish in Europe. But then they started to realize something. Wow, we can get more work done for cheaper if we just make these people slaves than if we can just do all this. Because basically, America wasn't being built fast enough. Doing indentured servants and stuff like that. No, we got to speed this up. So then they started creating propaganda. They're like, yo, these Irish people and these blacks, they're too close. Well, they call Africans. They would call it Africans back then. Let's start creating propaganda to get them to start hating each other. So they created propaganda that that black men want to rape white women and that we're dangerous and stuff like that. And then it started becoming like, oh, I don't want to be associated. The Irish people, I don't want to be associated with that. And then they kind of like Irish people weren't even referred to as being white at that point in time. Now, you look at an Irish person, no, you're white. Back then, no. They were like the Africans of Europe at one point. You ask any Irish person this, they would tell you that. So they created that term black to divide the Irish and the Africans.
Wow.
So that's why I feel like, of course, a Dominican is not going to say straight up, I'm black, because Irish people weren't here. Like, the history is not the same.
Yeah, definitely not the same.
And when I did my research, Spain had a completely different goal with DR than any of its other countries. Like, they literally wanted to not only colonize, they wanted to, like, how can I put this? Like, race mix. Like, they wanted to create.
That's why you see this in DR. You're gonna see a huge mix. You're gonna see people. I'm telling you, you're gonna see people here that you think they white. You know that's a white person, and then you speak to them and they full Dominican.
Exactly.
Because of that, because you have the whole mix here. You're gonna have like white people. You're gonna have like light skin, very black Dominicans too. That you think they Haitian. Like, remember what you told me the other day? Oh no, you gotta be Haitian. No, they the full Dominicans.
Yep.
And it's because of that mix, like you were saying. So it makes perfect sense.
But that was literally Spain's goal. Like, France. What separates France from Spain? I mean, France from Spain at the time. France was being ran by Napoleon at the time that Haiti got its freedom and stuff like that. France was literally trying to take over, though. They was trying to do what Germany did. They was trying to take over the whole world and whatever. So France, they never wanted to race. Why do you think Haitians look so dark? But look, the African slaves were brought by the French to Haiti, and then you guys were brought, here. It was called Hispaniola or something like that before they divided it all up.
Yeah.
But why do you think that Dominicans look the way they do and Haitians look the way they do, but we were both colonized by two European countries? The French didn't want to mix with the Haitians. They literally looked at them like trash, dirt. We don't want to integrate with you. We just want to. That's why Haiti, they ripped out all their resources. They just wanted to just rip everything they can out of them. Versus with Spain, yes, they did have Africans and slaves, stuff like that. But they're like, yo, if we just keep procreating, we can create our own little hybrid race and whatever. That's why I feel like the Dominican identity is its own identity. I'm like, bro, they keep saying they're not black. Yes, because they're Dominican. They're Dominican.
Dominicans, yeah,
They're
yeah.
not black. They're Dominican. Well, what's Dominican?
It's a mix.
We just broke it down. Didn't we just break it
Yeah,
down what
yeah,
a
yeah.
Dominican is? Yeah, it's African, and then the Native Americans that was already here,
Mm-hmm.
then mixed with some African slaves. Then look, some of you even got Haitian
I ain't
ancestors.
even in shock of how much of history you know of this country, man, of the art, man. You really know your stuff.
If I wasn't going to learn Spanish, bro, I gotta at least learn where you guys came from
Yeah,
and
yeah,
why
yeah.
things the way it is.
Now I ask you, like, how long you been here now?
A year,
DR?
about a year.
What makes you move down here? Like, it's you because you told me you just came, like you had no connections, right? No connections, no family members, no nothing down here. So what was the thing that, man, I just gonna
What really made me
what
move,
makes you come? Sorry, what makes you come and makes you stay after? Because
come and
Yeah,
stay, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I only came for a week. Like when
Yeah,
I first
exactly,
came,
yeah,
I
yeah.
came for a week because I was supposed to go over to Egypt. I was supposed to go over to Turkey to do some real estate stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I wanted to take a little mini vacation that was closer first. I came to DR, and honestly, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna get on here and cap for anybody. I like living. I made up my mind to live here based on the cost of living. I figured out like, okay, I could live in a Miami condo tower overseeing the city, stuff like that for $1,000.
Wow.
You know, I can feed myself good food, stuff like that. Probably do all that for $300-$400 a month. So I looked at it like, yo, I could have the same quality of life I had in the States for a fraction of the save that bread.
Save
you know
that
what I
bread,
mean?
save that bread.
Listen. I don't care how rich someone say they is. If they're not talking about ways to save money and stuff like that, they're not going to have it for long.
No, but here's the funny part. People have a what's the word you say? Misconception before? Misconception regarding wealthy and rich people. They think that these people, right, are the one that just like they just be lavishing, like just throwing their money and whatever. No, these are the people that actually they look for ways to save. They're like,
Exactly.
okay, if I can save $100 and even they can have $10 million in the bank account, but they say, okay, I can save $200 of it. I save because it's not about. When it comes to money like that, it's not about the amount that you have, but how you manage the money you have. So even a few $100, $1,000, they know the value. Because some people, that's what you know the people that win the lottery. What happened with the people that win the lottery?
Exactly. Were
They
they
blow it
not
up.
rich? Were they not rich?
They were rich, but they didn't know the value of
Exactly.
the money.
So I would say that's one reason because I wanted to find. I was actually going to move to Miami, but I just didn't. I'm not paying $4,000-$5,000
Easy,
for
you
a
wouldn't do
condo
Miami
in
easy.
Miami. I'm not doing that. I have the money to do that, but I'm not doing that. So that's number one reason. The second reason, I just got out of a bad breakup. Actually, a year ago yesterday. A year ago, we broke up last Thanksgiving, and I wanted to see what it was like dating women from another upbringing. Because my main
Gotcha.
issues I was having in the dating when I was dating women was, I already know I'm gonna get grounded up for this. My main issue I was having in the States with dealing with women was the submissiveness. Now, this is the argument I usually get when I talk about how submissive Latino women are in these countries. Well, they're poor. That's
Yeah.
why they're submissive. They're poor. They don't have anything.
That's
So-
a common one. That's a common one.
But wait. Being submissive, that's who you are at your core. It don't matter if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if you're a millionaire. If you have submissive energy, if you was raised that way, that's who you are. But see, the problem is in the States, women are so used to being the breadwinners, taking care of men. Because I will say, men getting softer in the States have made men more tougher. Versus down here in DR, bro, men are still, bro, the way I see these dudes work hard down here and bust their ass for 12, 13 hours a day just to feed their family, that's why they still have a lot of those submissive traits with themselves. My youngest daughter, mom is Puerto Rican, so I had some type of experience with Latina, so I wanted to experience that. And my
Gotcha.
thing is, I don't know if you ever seen a movie, it's a movie called How Stella Got Her Groove Back, right? It's literally about a black woman who went through a divorce, who was super successful. She went to Jamaica on vacation and fell in love with a Jamaican boy that was 20 years younger than her.
20 years younger.
And she married him. And this was a real story. This was a real
wow.
story. And guess what? That's one of the most popular movies in the black community today, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. So why when I try to get my groove back, oh, you're just down there chasing prostitutes and you're just trying to choose poor women that don't have anything. Bro, we seen the women down here. Can you please tell these people that there are a lot of Dominican women that got a lot. They are realtors making six figures. Bro, what about that girl we seen last night with the Volvo?
Easy. They got people here in the city, man, making good bread, man, making good money. So you think then that women in the U.S., in the States, they not submissive? What you think about women?
Now, I don't want to generalize it. I said from my experience.
But in general, you think women in the States?
Yeah, because society requires them to be too strong. It's not their fault. I'm telling you, it's America.
I think they just get a lot of rights.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it's a lot that goes into that. You know what I mean? And I know we don't have too much time to dive into that because we about to hit that 30-minute mark. But just to sum that up, I just feel like America is destroying the women. I don't feel like women are want to destroy. Because women, deep down in their core, they want to be taken care of and being effeminate and stuff like that. But what happens when every time you try to be feminine and submissive, the dude lets you the fuck down? Remember how you was when we was talking the other night? You was like, yo, bro, I know I'm kind of little antsy and all that, but like I take care of my wife. I take care of my kids. Yes. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't work. So if I don't, you know how many men don't move like that? That's why I graduated a whole nother level of respect for you, because you like, yo, I got to make this bread and save this bread.
Yeah. And say, make it and save it. And I also think, like, how many time left?
Yeah, we can go 2 more minutes. Yeah.
So, I would say the lack of effort or maybe the laziness, I exactly don't know what it is. Maybe that's why women has to like get on it, and you know what I mean? It's because they got to go and work, they got to do things that the man's supposed to do. Now they be like, okay, like, hey, I'm bringing bread to the house too, so don't make me cook, don't make me clean, don't make me do that, because I'm also doing what you're doing. Right?
Exactly.
So I think it can be also a man problem too at that point, because if the men put like their pants on and they do what they're supposed to do, right? I think more women can be submissive. What do you think of that?
I 100% agree with that, because I seen the difference in how women treated me when I was bossed up, paying for everything, making sure whatever, versus, oh, you gonna pay for dinner this time?
Yeah.
Or I'll pay next time, or let's go Dutch.
Yeah.
I literally noticed the difference of respect. I literally had a woman, right? I met her off this app called Plenty of Fish. Actually turned into a real good relationship because we had mutual friends. So long story short, our first date, it was my first time meeting someone off an app. I never did it before. Yeah. So when the check came out, she pulled her wallet out. So I'm like, oh, you want to go half? And she said, all right, I don't care. See, at that time, I didn't know.
That was the first date.
That was the first date. So at that time,
a lot of men don't agree with that. A lot of men don't agree with having the women on the first, at least on the first day, having the women pay. Like they say no. They say I gotta pay.
And guess what? She lost respect for me after that, and it took me about, I don't know, 2 months to kind of like rebuild. She told all her friends, like, she's like, Aaron, you know what I thought about? I cannot believe you made me pay on the first day, like, because she was when the actual date was happening, she was
testing you then.
Exactly, and a lot of men get that test and they fail it, and then and the woman, when she meets the next guy, now her guard is a little bit more up. Because look, she was just on your Instagram. She seen you with all the drip. She thought you had money. She thought, oh, paying for $100 dinner a date ain't gonna be nothing for him.
Peanuts.
But another thing women have to understand: the average man. That's the average black man makes $40,000 a year. So this is a lot, and I don't want to really talk about Kevin Samuels too much, God rest his soul, because he's real controversy. But one thing I did respect about what Kevin Samuels talked about was the fact that the expectations women have on men, like I feel like down here, if a Dominican woman dated a Dominican man, she knows it's hard down here. She knows that, like, yo, we might not have enough to do this stuff next week. That's why I feel like y'all just spend so much time together. See, I feel like in America, like, we don't value time with our family and our loved ones the way people in more impoverished countries do. Because when y'all don't have anything, remember when I told you how when I was getting in the taxis here, bro, the taxis here, the city taxis, think of like Uber share, like Uber pool, but you literally
just squeeze.
Like, I'm talking about 2 people in the front passenger seat, 4 people in the back seat, and it's normal. And it's normal. So I just feel like down here, like that togetherness y'all have, that it's fucked up down here, but we're fucked up together.
I think one of the things that affect that, and that's a great point, bro, is the fact that this is when you come here, you're gonna see Dominicans. You're gonna see some people from other countries, but most people are from, they like Dominicans. They understand the language, the culture, the tradition. When you go to the States, I don't even know my neighbor. In my states, I've been there, I can be there for years. I don't even. It can be somebody from Ireland. It can be somebody from Africa. It can be so it's a mix of culture to the point that like you can because this different culture, different tradition. Next to me can live a Chinese guy. I don't know how they roll. I don't know how they, you know what I mean? Like it's so much different cultures that I think everybody just like stay on their line. I think that's one of the things too that affect the most when you see, because I know that for you seen that like unity, that they treat each other like that. They're very friendly with each other because it's like you with your people, right? With your people from PA, your families. How your family? How you are with your family? Very like.
Like, yeah, only understand each other. Yeah,
exactly. So I would say that's definitely one of the.
But the point I was trying to make though was pretty much saying that like you got today you got days where like we're in a time where if a woman makes more than you in America, respect level goes down. I don't care what nobody says.
And that's incorrect. For me, 100% incorrect, man. 100%. Especially like.
See, here
I would say the thing is like if you marry, like if the woman makes more, who cares?
But
we on the same, like, okay, if you make more money than me, but the lights goes off, we both gonna get affected.
And I'm talking about a significant amount of money. I'm not talking about you make 90,000, she make 120. I'm talking about like you're like a teacher and she's like a freaking top tier lawyer, making multiple six figures. What happens is it's hard for a man to lead when she knows, like, yo, if we ever get in the jam, I'm probably going to have to be the one to get us out. And like I said, the balance between masculinity and femininity in relationships is different for everybody. You see some relationships, the woman is more masculine, the guy is more feminine. You see other relationships where the guy is more masculine, woman's more feminine. So I just feel like it's just more balance down here between the role of a man and the role of a woman. In America, I feel like they're trying to cross those rules. Because now you got people, debating about what gender is. Oh, are you really a man? Are you really? But I'm not gonna get into all that.
Yeah, that's a lot right there.
I just want to just sum this up because we a little bit over time. I just want to sum this up on saying that me coming to DR was able to give me time away from the Matrix. I like to call America the Matrix because in America, you're always looking at what you don't have. You could be making $200,000 a year in the States and still feel like you're poor. I feel like a lot of people do things for social media and to compete with people and stuff like that. DR gave me the opportunity to be exactly who I am without having to show off because I'm American. I don't need to show off and brag and boast myself. I can come down here and be a regular person, have time to myself, be in my thoughts, think about what my next plan is going to be. I feel like all men need that. All men need that, like, cave.
That
time.
Cave, that time
like,
for.
That's what I feel like DR is for me. This is like my back cave. Figure out what I want to do. Do I want to stay in the States? Do I want to go to another country? I'm not saying I'm married to DR, but, bro, if this is part of my journey, I'm loving every second of it. It's like people go to college for 4 years. Yes. This might be college for me.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm learning another language. I'm learning another culture. I'm learning how to survive in a country where, other people will be scared to freaking go to. I'm learning how to dance. You're dancing, learning your music. So, yeah.
If I ask you then, what would be some of, because you've been here for a year now, so there's a lot. It's a lot maybe you learned so far. What is some of the things that you would take from here? I would say the good things that you would take from here to the States.
That's a good question. Spending time with family.
That's a big one.
With Dominicans, like how y'all are with your family, man.
Family time a lot,
and y'all don't hold grudges. I seen Dominicans do some fucked up shit to each other down here, but as long as y'all related, y'all get over it. A week later, we over it. So not holding grudges against family. Like I'm telling you, I seen Dominicans do some fucked up shit to each other, but they forgive because they're like, yo, at the end of the day, just us in this island. And most Dominicans will never leave this island. So that I would take.
True, yeah.
What else? Man. Oh, slowing down, bro. Remember I told you that?
Oh yeah. Slowing down. Yeah, taking your
Take it
time.
easy. Take it easy. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. Like down here, you hear that a lot. Tranquilo.
Yeah,
The
tranquilo.
traffic be all crazy. Everything takes so long. Electricity always going out. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. It's okay. So chilling
make
more,
it
just
chill.
taking it easy, not being like.
In the States, everything is just
It's-
fast. It's fast, especially where you're from too. It's the
You're from the Northeast, so we're used to-
It's like
So
Running.
learning how to take that time for myself, slow down or whatever, spending more time with family, and I would probably say the last thing, oh my God, is yo hablo español,
The language.
The language, practicing. I know my Spanish is still shitty, but so my Spanish is shitty to you, right? But when my friends come down here and hear me, they be like, bro, what are you saying?
Yeah.
And I
You
didn't
know
even
more than that.
I didn't even notice how far I came and how much I learned from the day I got down here. Shout out to Duolingo. Duolingo, you got me here, baby. So what about you, man? Let's wrap this up. So what do you think you would take from America while coming back down here? Like, all right, now you're revisiting your home. You've been in
Yeah.
America for 11 years. What would you bring down to America? We're going to clear this up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just, for example, here I feel like, from the States, some of the basic needs is still, I would say here the government, who the president running the country or whatever, they got some work to do, because some places still they don't have this gotta end. Some places don't have 24/7 electricity. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. We gotta say it. Some places don't have it, and I think that the power and the money to do it is there. But
Right.
why not do it? Why not bring that? You know what I mean? I think that would be a great advance and development for the island. What else? I would say some government aids for people too as well. Like over here, that's why you see a lot of people trying to, because from struggle, sometimes creativity is born. You know what I mean? That's why you see here, even people selling on the streets, trying to clean your windows, because those people, let's say you compare those people to, let's say those people were in the States, where do you think they would be? They would be with Section 8. They would be with stuff like that. Which you know what I mean? Those are the people that you would be in the States asking for government help. But why? I'm not saying government help. Well, in some, you know what I mean. In some aspect, that make people lazy. But at the same time, some people need it as well, because that can be a breath for you to then from there you can scale. But I mean, when you how you gonna be thinking? Let's say you want to start a business, whatever. When you got 2 kids, 3 kids, and you gotta feed them, you gotta be selling something on the street, maybe cleaning windows or whatever. So it makes it more hard for you to even, you know what I mean, do the things that you want to do in life. But at least in the States, you got the Section 8 that people can, for example, get, or financial assistance with housing, financial assistance with food, financial assistance with utilities. It's so many assistance for people that I don't agree on people relying on that for life, but I do agree that they can get on that just to like a step, right? To
A stepping stone.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Stepping stone to take you maybe to, okay, now I can do this, because you at least have your basic needs covered. But man, it's hard. I'm telling you, because I came from the art. It's hard to even focus on the things you want to focus on, like I say, start a business, whatever your vision is, when you don't have your basic needs covered. So
Exactly.
I think the States definitely, that's one of the things that I would definitely bring here, and organization in general. The States is very organized. The people follow the law, stuff like that. Obviously, not in all instances, but but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The laws are there for people to do it, at
Right.
least. And if you don't do it, consequences come. Sometimes in the R, people just don't. There's no you know what I mean. The law enforcement, is not as, I would say, as good as in the States. So, yeah, some of those things, man, for sure.
Well, listen, man. I definitely appreciate you, giving me your insight on, living in DR and living in the States. Thank you for, number one, helping me put this whole studio situation together. You know what I mean? And definitely, man. I just want people to know that I'm going to keep making episodes like these. Now that I kind of, it took some time. It took some time of networking,
man.
God moving things in place. But now, we're here. Look forward to doing more episodes with you. I already know you're going to have your own show, too. We're going to do a spinoff. We're going to do the Mogul Show with the spinoff of Mars Bars.
And then when you get to know more Spanish, we even
do bilingual.
Spanish,
exactly.
Man, bilingual.
Exactly. I will. So listen, guys, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My name on Instagram. I got 3 Instagrams. Aaron the Mogul, Mogul Creator, because they keep hating and deleting me.
Man.
Yeah. So Mogul Creator, Mogul Matrix, and Aaron the Mogul. And you can also, follow me, subscribe to my YouTube. But yeah, man, this is the pilot episode, and they're only going to get better.
Oh, definitely.
All right, man.
Brother.
So this is Aaron the Mogul.
All right.
I'm out.
Be out. Marlon Credit here.
Let's get it.